Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys. You won't want to miss. It's already up close to 10 to 20% on the week since I mentioned it this weekend. And I have ticker symbols to share with you guys that I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. You'll get live updates on when I'm watching the stocks. We hit 2 home runs today. One was 20% plus. The other was 30% plus. We look forward to having you join us. The link is down below in the description, and you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So here we are with stock BB BlackBerry Limited. So BlackBerry stock BB has actually been in an upward trend and then pulled back down. Now, when we really look at this from the bigger picture, there's some momentum and strength. Now, I drew this out yesterday, so I kind of left it there. And obviously, it wasn't going to just shoot straight up like that. But what I stated yesterday was we need to watch and see if this setback here, which a lot of people look at pullbacks as setbacks, and I've been stating it, that every pullback is not a setback, if not a setup to go higher. Well, it didn't go straight up like I drew, but it did jump from here to newer highs. So super important to see how that a pullback isn't always a setback. Now, you want to see pullback stay above the 50-day moving average. You want to see it above certain support levels before it can start turning into a setback and a real pullback that can be concerning. But yesterday's was looking like a setup, and there we saw it. Now, obviously, it wasn't that high, so I don't want anyone to get confused with that drawing, so I'm going to delete that. So most importantly, here is the 50-day moving average. It's like in tug-of-war zone, and it's fighting to catch up to the price. So the 50-day moving average is 1526. Anything above it is bullish. Anything below it is bearish. Now, for the bulls to continue to push upwards, they do need to stay above the 50-day moving average. And not only the resistance level I'm about to mention, but they need to break through the highest point of the day today. But before we talk about that, I want to share with you guys our first support level here, which is 1547. I'd watch that carefully, how it reacts between that area and the 50-day moving average to see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are turning this one down fairly fast. Now, if the bears break through the 50-day moving average, the next support level I would use is way down here at 1413. I'd use that point to watch it carefully, and if you want to narrow it in a little bit more, I would use 1455. But at the end of the day, anywhere between those two would be nice support levels to watch and see if the bulls are trying to reappear or if the bears are tearing this down fairly fast. Now, the first resistance level is 1611. The bulls need to turn that in support to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. And most importantly, to pull further away from the 50-day moving average and go beyond today's high, they need to break through 1716 to reach newer highs, new resistance levels. Use that as support to go ahead and get closer to the high that we talked about previously of 1753, 1754, give or take. And obviously way back up here at the $20 range. But before getting there, they need to break through these points. And most importantly, today's high up here at 1716, 1717, turn that into a support and break off of it. Push upwards, pull away from the 50-day moving average, and continue this momentum, guys. Always remember that pullbacks aren't always setbacks. They are usually setups for the next bull run. But as long as they stay above support levels and the 50-day moving average. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends so they can receive this insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to share with you guys a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, as well as the home runs we hit today in the morning over at the Discord. And if you want to join, the link is down below in the description. You'll become part of a growing community of investors looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have for you guys today is one that I've mentioned before over at the Patreon, and it is a ticker symbol that's already jumped up 10% on the week. We're going to look at it together, but before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So we mentioned IGC at 185. This gave about 3 to 5% opportunities and a few jumps above 5%, but this was not that strong. We went ahead and talked about NEXT. I don't like to recycle stocks, but this was a stock that I bought in the day before at 293. I was still holding. I had high conviction. I was about to sell it for a 20% plus opportunity yesterday. I didn't. I held through to today, and we're going to look at that chart in just a moment because this was our home run for the day. We also talked about GBS at 325. This jumped up nicely. We talked about LOTS, right? LOTZ. We've been talking about this one since it was at $4 and some change. It was sitting at 620 today. It gave us plenty of room last week from 10 to 20%. And today alone, it turned out to be a big jump as well. We talked about VBIV. This gave about a 5 to 10% opportunity. And then we also talked about, which you can't see here because it's a long list, we talked about DGLY, Digital Alley, and it jumped up about 5 to 8%. So let's look at the stocks, how they jumped up, our best performers of the day. So LOTS was a home run for the day. LOTZ, right? When I mentioned it at 620. Let's just go ahead and look at this together so you guys can see here when I talked about LOTS. Back on June 1st, it was one of the stocks I talked about, and it was sitting at 438. It was in a downward trend, and it was kind of consolidating, and I saw it as an opportunity for whoever wants to swing trade, day trade, or even long-term trade. So when we go ahead and look at this together, you will see here how much it's jumped. I mean, from 438 to 620 and a high today of 740. Yeah, this is given between 30 to 50% almost on the jump since, or probably even more than that actually, since I mentioned it, but really close to those levels. Now, today is when we mentioned it at 620. I had stated in the message that this was once one of our stocks from the weekly watch list, right? And today it has made it in our daily, right? So it was actually very interesting that I saw it in the daily opportunity, and it was sitting at 620, took off to a high here of 737, highest point 20% plus. Now, the other stock we mentioned was NEXT. We mentioned it at 421. It actually was pulling back. We had mentioned it the day before. It was a home run yesterday. I don't like to recycle stocks, but it was looking like an opportunity. And fairly quickly, it jumped up 20 to 30% in just a matter of minutes, pulled back down, consolidated, and gave a high from that point to 40% plus opportunity at that high, guys. This was phenomenal. I caught this one at 293, so I got a little bit more than that, and that was actually very bold of me. I don't like to hold penny stocks overnight, but my conviction was high on the reasons why this stock was very important on its fresh news of analysis upgrades. Now, the other one I mentioned was GBS. GBS was sitting at 325 when I mentioned it this morning. It jumped up pretty quickly within just 15 to 20 minutes and gave a highest point of 10 to 15% plus. It was phenomenal. Pulled back again and gave another 5 to 10% opportunity, and then almost giving another 10 to 15% opportunity anyone that held through the volatility if they caught it down in this area and held through the jumps of the ups and downs. But at the end of the day, this was great for our expectations. 5 to 10% is a regular day, 10 to 15 and 20% is a great day, and 20% plus is a home run. So we went ahead, had a great opportunity with this one. We hit a home run with Next, and we hit a home run with LOTS. So what's the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list? Well, I talked about this one over the weekend, and this is Array Technologies. This has been beaten down pretty hard, and if I put here the 30-minute chart, you could see how it's been torn down to the downside, almost like LOTS, right, when we caught it. Now, this was actually a stock that I started watching close to $13, $14, jumped up to 16. I saw it consolidating but pulling back, and as it was pulling back, I mentioned it this weekend, and the first trading day of the week was Monday, which was yesterday. It hit a low of 14.59, and it's taken off to a high here of 16.86, right? Giving a nice jump of 10 to 20% right there in just a matter of 2 days. So this is definitely a stock you want to have on your watch list. for either further weakness downwards or consolidation before the next run, because when you zoom out, you can see there's a lot of room. I definitely recommend doing more research and due diligence on this. In no way, shape, or form am I giving this as financial advice. I'm just here to enlighten everyone on the stocks I'm watching, why I'm watching them, when I'm watching them, and you guys can go ahead and do further due diligence and make a rational decision as an investor on what you're seeing and what you have found. Now, if you want to know when I'm watching these stocks live, you're more than welcome to join us. The link to the Discord is down below in the description. You'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to maximize profits, minimize losses, learn and grow together, and we look forward to having you join us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.